Hey, how you doing? This is Politics with Laura, and I got a good one for you today. Okay, now that I have gotten over my heartbreak and a sorrow for what's going on in Buffalo, New York, and also Texas, now I have anger for several different reasons, but I'm only going to focus on maybe two. Now, oh man, oh man, I'm laughing out of anger because I just can't believe this. Now, as more information comes out, the police, the police that were on location, did not go in to stop the slaughter of the students and the people in the grocery store. They were outside. They waited for Peyton to come outside and then put him into custody. For Salvador, when he came outside, then they killed him. I'm not even going to get into that right there because that right there, Mm. Now, what gets me is this: when there are unarmed black people, you see police officers say that they were afraid for their life. You're a bunch of cowards and pathetic people, and poor excuses of police officers. Because when you say that you are in fear for your life, no, a bunch of people jump on one unarmed black person, man or a woman, it doesn't matter because we get beat equal opportunity beat. But when you are afraid for your life, you don't even go in. You know, ooh, listen to this. Now, this right here is a federal law. And I'm wondering, why do our tax dollars go to this? We don't need to be paying taxes if we are not going to be protected, equal opportunity protected. But however, United States, nothing's ever equal. Police have no duty to protect you, federal court affirms yet again. Now, this was back in 12/20, December 2020, 2018. The following last Friday's shooting at Marjorie Stone Douglas High School in Parkland, in Florida, some students claimed students claimed local local police officers were at fault for failing to provide protection to students. The students filed suits claiming or naming six defendants, including the Broward School District and the Broward uh, Sheriff's Office, as well as the school's deputy, Scott Peterson. What a name. And the campus monitor, Andrew Medina. On Monday, though the federal judge ruled that the government agency had no constitutional duty to protect students who were not in custody. Isn't that a blip? They were not in custody. Now, they consider custody whether if you're in jail, in prison, or in a mental institution, they consider that custody. Now, when students or our children are in school, that's not considered custody because they could walk out at any time. Interesting, interesting, interesting. If you disagree with me, put something down there and a thing, and we could go ahead and hash this out. But let me continue on. The latest decision adds to growing body of case law establishing that government agencies, including police officers, have no duty to provide protection to the citizens in general. So it could be anyone in a federal agency that has a gun, have no duty, no constitutional duty to protect us. Neither the Constitution nor state law impose a general duty upon police officers or government officials to protect individuals from harm, even when they know the harm will occur. Oh my goodness, said Darren L. Hutchinson, a professor and associate dean at the University of Florida School of Law. Police can watch someone attack you, refuse to intervene, and not violate the Constitution. Ain't that a blip? You can get the slobber knocker beat out of you. A police officer could stand across the street and see and do absolutely nothing and did not violate the Constitution. Heck, the police officer could stand there and bet with somebody else to see if you get beat, see who wins. This is damn ridiculous. But then again, keep in mind, you had many police officers for years beating the crap out of black people, but that was okay with America. That was okay. While we were getting beat and killed, unarmed, slaughtered by these cowards. Slaughtered. We're being slaughtered. And some of you would say, well, what did he do? Well, the police officer had to be in fear for his life. But you know what's interesting about the pendulum? It always swings the opposite direction. Americans allowed this to happen. It was okay when black people were getting beat, slaughtered, and killed. It was okay. Everyone was okay with it. And I'm saying everyone. Now, those of you who do not agree with it, stop not agreeing and actually do something about it. But now, this is law now. Now you are not protected. It's open season. Okay, and not violate the Constitution. The Supreme Court has repeatedly held that the government has only a duty to protect the persons who are in custody. He pointed out. Moreover, even though the state of Florida has compulsory schooling laws, the students themselves are not in custody. Courts have rejected the argument that students are in custody in school officials while they are on the campus. Mr. Hutchinson said, custody is narrowly confined to situations where a person loses his or her freedoms to move freely to seek assistance on their own, such as prisons, jails, or mental institutions. So, listening to that right there, to where you are confined and you cannot move freely. So if you are outside or you are in school and someone's shooting someone, you're able to move freely to go tell a police officer where they don't have a constitutional right to help anyone. And again, why are we paying our tax dollars? Or why don't we hire people who are not afraid? Just a thought. The article continues. The U.S. Supreme Court has made it clear that law enforcement agencies are not required to provide protection to the citizens who are forced to pay the police for their services. Isn't that beautiful? You could sit around and do nothing while somebody's getting either getting shot or getting a slobber knocker beat out of them. And you can sit there and eat your drink your coffee, and eat your donuts and not do a thing, and possibly put a bet on who's going to get beat. I'm being a little facetious there. This is sickening. In the case of Deshawnee versus Winnebago, in the town of Castle Rock versus Gonzalez, the Supreme Court has ruled that the police agencies are not obligated to provide protection of citizens. In other words, police are well within our rights to pick and choose when they intervene. Ain't that something? The police can pick and choose who they choose to protect. I'm sorry, whom they choose to protect. Wow. The lives and property of others, even when a threat is apparent. In both of these cases, clear and repeated threats were made against the safety of children. Oh, this is something. The government agencies choose to take no action, but then if you choose to protect yourself and your children and kill somebody to make sure that you're okay, then you go to jail. You know something? This right here is despicable. But then again, when black people are getting beat, killed, and slaughtered, and we are unarmed, that's okay. A consideration of these facts do not necessarily lead us to the conclusion that law enforcement agencies are somehow on the hook for every violent act committed by private citizens. This reality does bail, the often made claim, however, that police agencies deserve tax money and obedience to local citizens because the agencies keep us safe. No, the hell they don't. Wait a minute. Wait. Back up. Let me make sure I got this right. This reality bails the often made claim, however, the police agencies deserve the tax monies and obedience of local citizens. You and I, we are local citizens, and our tax monies go to them because the agencies keep us safe. Well, we as citizens should vote on that and vote no. You don't keep us safe. You don't get our tax dollars until you do your job, and that is to serve and protect. Not when you want to, but to serve and protect all the time, because that is what you signed up for. Now, if you're afraid, sit down over there and let the real people who are not afraid to come up and do the job. Now, preferably have people who were in the military, armed forces, preferably them. But if you are just some cowardly person who think you're a big shot because you have a gun and a badge and a billy club, and you go around beating up on an average person who does not have a gun or can protect themselves, and you are macho, no. Because you are a coward, you'll be the first one to run. Just like that guy down there in Parkland, just like those police officers that did not go into the school to protect those children that were slaughtered while the parents try to run in there and save their children, but then the police officers tackled, tased, and put in the handcuffs the parents. Those police officers need to be sued individually. And no, the money should not come from us. No, we are not going to pay for this. You take it out of their police fund. Take it out of their retirement. How about that? Despicable. Mm, mm, mm. This keep us safe. Mm. Nevertheless, we are told that there is an agreement here, a social contract between government agencies and the taxpayers and citizens. And by this very nature of being a contract, we are meant to believe this. This is a two-way street. Taxpayers are required to submit to a government monopoly on force and to pay these agencies taxes. In return, these agencies will not provide services or will provide services. In the case of police agencies, these services are summed up by the phrase to protect and serve, the motto of the recent decades. I'm sorry, the model that has in recent decades been adopted by numerous police agencies. That is so true. I remember protect and serve, or just serve and don't protect, or serve and protect whenever you want to. This is what happens when those police agencies do not protect and serve. This is what happens when one party in this alleged social contract doesn't keep its end of the bargain. Oh, man, the taxpayers, you know. So we have a social contract, nothing written in stone, but a social contract. And then you have the Constitution saying that, government agencies, police officers do not have a constitutional obligation to protect us. But we are forced to give them our tax money to be services and sometimes protection. What do you think? What do you think? Now, it only gets worse. In the aftermath of the murders, 19 kids and 2 teachers in the Uvalde, Texas elementary school, the reports about what exactly the cops did that day are conflicting. To say the least, the initial report claimed that police engaged in a firefight with the shooter before he entered the school. Yes, they went in there and they did something. Now the reports that the gunman actually wandered around outside without challenge for 12 whole minutes. The story may very well change again by the time you're reading this. But one detail does seem to be coming to be coming into clear view. The shooter had not The shooter had about a half hour inside the school with his victims before police finally shot him. The video and the testimony showed the parents were not only begging the cops to do something, but that when parents themselves tried to charge in, the police officers or the cops held them back. At least one parent was handcuffed to keep him from charging into the school. So these parents had more heart than these police officers that had training, gun training, how to protect yourself, bulletproof vests. You had these parents going in there with courage and guts. And these police officers had all this gear and no courage. Even Courage the Cowardly Dog had more courage. Courage the Cowardly Dog jumped in front of Muriel to protect her. Man. Oh, man. But then again, black people get shot down in the street like dogs. Eric Gardner gets beat. Freddie Gray, his not only beat, but his spine broken and killed. What's his name? Tavon White, killed, shot, unarmed by that pathetic piece of excrement of Zimmerman. Just, in my opinion. I don't want him to come back and sue me. I have 6 subscribers. And the wild part is he could. Just pathetic. Okay, the video testimony. Okay, at least one parent, was handcuffed. On Friday afternoon, the Texas Department of Public Safety, DPS, confirmed that at least 19 law enforcement officers stood in the hallway outside the classroom at Robb Elementary School for 45 minutes as the gunmen slaughtered. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They stood outside in the hallway and allowed this 18-year-old, whatever was going on up here, allowed all those children and people to their death sentence. These 19 law enforcement officers, you're some trash. You don't deserve to wear a badge. You don't deserve to wear a parking badge. You don't deserve to wear a fake star. You don't deserve to wear anything that states law enforcement. What you deserve is to have the courage, not even the courage cowardly dog. You ought to have I am a coward badge. Police, it appears, were not keen on confronting the teenager armed with the AR-15. Now, if he were black and had no weapon, you'll be more than willing and able to go in there and beat and kill him. But then when you have somebody that has something that you have no courage. Weak and pathetic. And that only goes to the ones that actually are weak and pathetic. I'm sure that there are police officers who would actually do something. I'm not talking about you, but if you are offended, I'm talking about you. You're a disgrace. That's understandable from the human perspective, but in a direct conflict with the image that law enforcement likely to portray themselves as brave public servants who put their lives on a line for ordinary citizens. This image has been banded on every hard and branded even harder in recent years in response to the ongoing debate over how much public money is spent on policing in lieu of other social services. I think I would rather give my money to tax people, because tax people will go out there with guns and do something. They have more heart. They go out there and put people out their homes. They got heart. It's ridiculous. It's safe to say that the widespread support for the robust police funding is entirely due to the assumption that cops have a duty to rush in and protect people, especially children, in such situations. And we know that is not true. They stand outside for 45 minutes and allow them to get killed, all 19 children and 2 adults. That's what we know to be true. On social media, people have understandably recommended that the parents sue the police for their failure to act swiftly. It seems like common sense. We hire police officers to protect us, and if they don't, then we sue them, right? Well, one certainly can try to sue, but there is a sad, dark truth. Such a law as almost, sorry. Such a lawsuit is almost certainly doomed from the get-go. The 2005 Supreme Court settled whether or not citizens are entitled to protection from violence from the police with a resounding nope. See you later. This case has also involved a murder of 3 small children. So readers be forewarned. In 1999, Colorado resident Jessica Lanhan, then Gonzalez, obtained a restraining order against her ex-husband, Simon Gonzalez, who was stalking her and the 4 children. A few days later, he showed up at the house and kidnapped 3 daughters. She frantically called the police for hours over and over, and when they did nothing, it was only when Simon Gonzalez showed up at the police station, gun in hand, that they reacted by killing him. They found the 3 little girls murdered after the father's hand in the car. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's much worse than that. So you just don't protect children. I would go on as far as saying you're allowing them to be sacrificed to the devil. That's what I believe. You just don't protect children. The mother called and called and called. In Colorado, those police officers that were in that, you're some trash too. Garbage, straight garbage. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm hurt and frustrated because you have all this heat for Black people, killing us, beating us up, shooting us beyond recognition, but you don't have heat for people that are actually committing these crimes, actually doing this. But you want to walk down the street and jump on somebody who has nothing at all, but you're Superman. And the lawmakers, Supreme Court, that allowed this to happen, you're below trash, in my opinion. Beneath it. And you don't deserve our tax dollars. How are you having laws to protect the people when they are supposed to serve and protect? We have a contract, the social contract, to where we pay them our tax dollars and they render a service, the entire service, not partial, but the full service. If the service is not fully rendered, you don't get paid. Just that simple. It's not hard. It's like you order something from Amazon. Amazon sends you the box, but when you open up, there's nothing in it. You get your money back. Well, I'm a citizen. I pay taxes. I want my money back because I'm not getting my service rendered. If I got to pay my tax dollars that service all police stations around the United States. I don't want my tax dollars going to Florida, Texas, or Buffalo, New York. Just take my money out. Because those police officers, and matter of fact, no, I'll put it like this. I want my money coming exactly from those police officers' paychecks. I want my money back because they are some trash, in my opinion. So, what do you think? I know I went on a half-hour rant. What do you think? Do you think that we should pay police officers for doing a half job? Do you think that we should pay public officials that are not putting laws in place to protect us? And when I say us, I mean all of us. I don't mean everybody but Black people. That's what has been happening, and that needs to stop. And not only that, everyone else, you should have been taking note what was happening to us. If you think that wasn't going to happen to you, you're sadly mistaken. This is only the beginning for you all. Only the beginning, because Black people have been going through this for a very, very long time. And a lot of you sat in your armchairs saying, what a shame. But what did he do? He had to do something to receive that treatment. I'm just saying. So if you want to like, comment, if you like my content, I know I was a bit rough and angry, but this right here makes no sense. I mean, just if you're not Black, try to put yourself in my place. Just try. Seeing the world through my eyes, living in this country through my eyes, and what I see and what I have to go through every day just by having this skin color. And please don't talk that mess about a melting pot, because please don't say that. That is the worst thing that you can say to someone, because the melting pot has nothing to do with Black people at all. It has everything. I'm like, look, you know what it's about, and it's not about what you say it's about. Verbally, what you say in front of public, but in private places, you know what you say. On that note, let me go ahead and go drink some coffee and decompress, because I was not expecting the article to be that. I'm pissed. And maybe now there could be some true change in this country. It would be nice that we all can benefit from equal protection for all people. On that note, thank you for watching. And if I offended you, you shouldn't be offended. It's what's true. The truth should never offend anyone, because it is what is. Now, if I were up here lying, then yeah, you could be pissed off and say, hey, Politics with Laura, you're over here lying. Why are you lying? But you know I'm not. You could just go to, matter of fact, now any YouTube channel and see Black people getting beat, killed by police officers, unarmed, and said that they were afraid. Oh man, police officers, you're going to get it. You ratchet, no good police officers that do this, oh, your days are numbered. And good police officers, I hope you put them out. Call them out and put them out. And hire more military people. They're not afraid, because they know how to serve and protect. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with Politics with Laura. And I've been truly incorrect this evening. Thank you for stopping by.